guys, today I have a review on some Juvia'S Place brushes for you guys. This is their new holiday set and this is what it comes like. It's really big packaging, but it's very stunning and beautiful. I absolutely love Juvia'S Place. I love their palettes and I have never tried any of their brushes and really wanted to try a set. At first, I mean, they're not really super priced. They're $45, but then I remember that I had a $10 off from Ulta for my birthday and I was like, perfect. So I actually paid $35 for these. They're $45. You could use coupon codes on Ulta.com if you purchase it through them. Juvia'S is always having sales as well if you want to just wait out for a sale, but I know that these sold out immediately on Juvia'sPlace.com. And this is called the I Live, I Love set. And it's a 12-piece set, and then when you open it like this is how they are displayed in here. I'm probably not going to keep them in this because it's going to take up too much room on my vanity, but I wanted to show you guys here in the video. And I'll also insert a picture here if you can see them nice and clean and how they came, nice and white and clean. I did spot clean these before using them because I always like to just spot clean just in case, you know. And I will go through each one of the brushes and hopefully I will also insert little clips of me actually using them because I did a get ready with me with this look, which I don't know if I'm going to post or not, but at least there I did use all of these brushes, so you'll see little clips here. This first one, and they don't have any numbers or names on them or anything like that. The bigger ones have like a pointed end, and then the smaller ones just look like regular brushes where they're still pointed, but they're not as noticeable as these. The colors of the handles are absolutely stunning. They're turquoise and then this like orangey red, which I thought was absolutely beautiful. Very much in line with the Juvia'S Place aesthetic. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through the brushes. This one is a like slanted flat top kabuki kind of brush, perfect for foundation. I feel like this gave me a really nice coverage to the skin. I'm very sensitive about different fibers, and this one thankfully is not one that causes any kind of irritation or I feel that is prickly against my skin. I feel like I was able to really what's that called, like pat in my foundation with this and then really buff it down and buff it into my skin and, you know, kind of like do this kind of streaking motion downwards, and it blended in everything beautifully. Just an absolutely gorgeous finish to my skin. Really love the way this applied foundation. The next one that I used, I kind of used this mid-size brush for concealer. I think it did an okay job. I wouldn't say that it's like my all-time favorite. I definitely have to keep playing around with it, but I do like this because it is a multi-purpose brush. I used it for concealer, but you could definitely use this all over the lid to apply your primer. You could use this to contour if you wanted to, for cream contour. There are a plethora of different things that you could use for this. You could also use it for highlight, just a perfect shape for highlighting as well. Just a really good overall brush. They do have various sizes of this kind of dome shaped, and one of them I did use for blending my crease, but as you can see there, you have like 3 different variations. So this one I feel like is really good, not only for setting the under eye, but also for highlight. You could also use it for contouring. If you wanted a more concentrated cheek, you could use it for the cheek as well. Very, very multifunctional brush right here. So these two, you know, you get a kind of larger size and a smaller size. And then for the larger brushes, we also have a powder brush, and this one really soft, really nice. I love this not only for powder kind of foundation where you can like buff it in, but also for loose powder, for just setting powder. Also, I use this to kind of tone down my bronzer, and I really like it for that as well. A really nice size, very nice and dense. I think they did a really, really great job. Then the last face brush that came is this angled cheek brush. I love the fact that it's very concentrated, really nice and beautiful, and just works beautifully. You could use this for bronzer to like bronze up the face, or also for blush, which is what I used it for. And because it's synthetic, you could actually really use this as well for cream products as well, any of these brushes. So really love the application, love how soft these are, just really, really great. And now let's go into the eye brushes. So this one, I accidentally said that this was the crease brush. This wasn't a crease brush. So out of these three that are domed, this one I used for highlight, this for concealer, and this for setting my under eye powder, if I'm not mistaken. This works beautifully for doing your highlight if you're more into a more banging highlight. I also used it on my nose and lips. You could set your eye primer with this, or if you have a bigger eyelid space, this could work as a crease brush. This is a little large for me, to be honest, but I do feel like I would use it especially for highlight. You could actually even like contour with this if you wanted to. So these three are really multi-purpose brushes. Now let's jump into the eye brushes. There was only like two that I didn't use for today's look, but overall I feel like these are a great combo of brushes. So we have three crease brushes. We have a kind of like fluffy crease brush, which would be perfect for blending out different shadows, and just an overall like great crease brush. This one's a little bit on the larger size, so is this one, but this one is a little bit more pointed towards the end, so you can really get in there and buff out, which is what I use for my crease today. Was this one. I just applied shadow all over the crease. Does a really great job, really soft and nice. So these are really nice for crease or just like working certain edges. You could use that point and really concentrate product into a certain area if you wanted to as well. Then we have a really tiny crease brush, which is how I darken this outer crease. I love this kind of size brushes, especially for someone with like me who has smaller eyes, who has a little bit of hooded eyes. I feel like these kinds of brushes that are smaller are really useful, because when you have small eyes and you try to use like brushes like this for applying certain products, it just can muddy everything and go all over the place. It's really nice to have smaller concentrated little brushes like this, because you could actually like do more detailed work and place stuff exactly where you want it without it going all over the place. And the last three brushes, this one was another one that I didn't use, but it just seems like a really beautiful brush. I feel like people would really love this for cutting the crease. That's something that I'm not really into as much as some of my younger makeup lovers. I don't really do the whole cut the crease thing. I feel like it just does not look right on my eye shape. I have more hooded eyes, and I overall just don't like the appearance of it. I have tried it and it's just maybe just not for me, but I feel like people would really enjoy this. Also, this is a great all over the lid brush. So all over the lid, or you could actually use this to cut out your crease if you're gonna do a cut crease. The last two are this large pencil brush. This is a little larger than I'm used to, but it still worked for underneath the lash line. But overall, I really preferred it more for the inner corner, which is what I used it for. I just feel like it fits perfectly into that little inner corner, and I was able to do this more sparkly eyeshadow on the inner corner using this. And then the last one was this. This is a flat, very thin brush, and I use this for underneath the lower lash line. I love these kinds of brushes like this, especially because I do have smaller eyes, and sometimes I don't want it to like creep all the way down here. I want it to be more concentrated just on the lower lash line, and these kinds of brushes are perfect for that. So overall, do I recommend this? I do. I love the fibers on here. I really am excited that I got this, and am now looking forward to other brush lines that Juvia's Place launches, because I do feel like this is something that I love investing into, our brushes, and especially if they're good ones. And if something is prickly against my skin, if I don't feel comfortable using it, I will eliminate it from my collection immediately. I just do not like anything feeling like scratchy against my skin whatsoever. I highly recommend these if you are interested in them. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that little red button. I do all kinds of videos on here, reviews, empties, the whole 9 yards. So definitely subscribe. I also do a lot of content on my Instagram, so you can follow me over there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.